There's a brand new day ahead, so much to do, so much to see, so get your ass up out of bed. Get out now, time's wasted, there's no reward for hesitating.
Hey guys, how's it going? It's been a while, so good to be back for a little bit, I guess. Just wanted to touch on something that I saw online recently. It said, don't accept criticism from someone you wouldn't take advice from. And that makes some sense, so I want to talk about it. You know, with my videos, I get a lot of negative feedback at times, and it doesn't really bother me, you know what I mean? Sometimes I actually have fun with it and get on there and, you know, ream them a new asshole, or sometimes we get a dialogue going, and so it's fun. But other people, I know, they get a little bit of negative feedback from things, and it hits them, you know what I mean? You work hard, let's say you make music and you post it online, and someone comes and says, hey man, you guys suck. Like, they're like, damn, you know, what the, you know, and it bums them out. And it makes sense, you know, just because I don't get bummed out by negative feedback on my shit doesn't mean that it doesn't, you know, hurt with people. And another thing is like people who, you know, live a little bit different than their family expects of them, you know what I mean? Sometimes maybe they're gay or they're trans or something, and, you know, their family doesn't like that. So there's reasons why you would get, you know, negative feedback in real life or on the internet. And it hurts. But you got to remember, you got to put the correct amount of weight on people's opinions. Now, that's why it doesn't bug me, you know, when I get negative feedback, because I wouldn't go, like, if I'm thinking, I think I'll make a video about that, I'm not going to go ask these random strangers on the internet, you know, who are white supremacists or something, and say, hey, you guys, you think this would be a good video idea? You know what I mean? And same with just my everyday life, you know, I don't really ask people's opinion on how I dress, except for people who value their opinion. You know, I ask people who I value their opinion, you know, for their advice. And that, you know, has some weight to it. But people who I don't value their opinion, it doesn't bother me. I wouldn't ask those people for advice, you know. And so, for one thing, you got to be ready for getting negative feedback if you post things on the internet, especially. Or if you live in a way that isn't necessarily socially the norm, you know what I mean? So you have to be ready for that. And one of the ways you can most brace yourself for is be prepared for people who you don't value their opinions to talk shit about you. And you just got to keep it in perspective. You know, these people, they say, like, you go out, you're presenting as a guy or a girl. You go out and people say, you look like a faggot or whatever, you know, like, don't let that hit you. Would you go to that person before getting dressed to go out and say, hey, do you think I should wear a dress, or you think I should dress like a guy? You know what I mean? Because they're probably going to say, fuck that, no way. You know, and then would that really matter? You know what I mean? So you just got to keep it in perspective. I think we get used to enjoying compliments on the internet from random strangers, like, wow, you look great, or wow, you guys sound great. And you're like, hey, awesome, you know, they like us. And so that's good, of course, you know what I mean? It's one of the reasons why you do stuff like make music or post videos, is because you're hoping to get, you know, people to like it and get fans and things like that. And so it feels good when you get that positive feedback. And I think we get so used to that positive feedback from strangers that we put the same amount of emphasis on the negative feedback, right? Which you don't want to do, obviously, because there's billions of people in the world, man. Not everybody's going to be into you and dig you, your music or whatever. And so you're bound to get negative feedback. And so just whatever you do in your life, right, where you're going to get attention in one way or another, make sure and keep it in perspective that, would I take advice from this person if somebody says some shit to you, or doesn't like your outfit, or they don't like your music or your videos that you post? Would I take advice from this person? You know what I mean? I think chances are you're going to say no. You know, I wouldn't beforehand go and ask this person's opinion and let that sway my decision to do this. And so by the same token, when that negative feedback comes in later from that person, put that same amount of emphasis on it. Like, oh well, you know. And, you know, of course you can respond in however way you like. You might make a separate video and say, hey, want to make a shout out to you and fuck you for your opinion. I don't give a shit what you think, you know, because that's your right too. And then, like I said, with my shit, that's actually part of the fun. So anyhow, I'm rambling now, so I'm going to get out of here and just try to remember, don't take criticism from someone you wouldn't take advice from. All right? So take it easy. We'll see you later.